Disclaimer. The video serves informational and entertainment purpose only. The content is considered speculative and should not be treated as confirmed fact. We encourage you to conduct your research and form your conclusion.
Just when Rachel Zegler thought she was out, the internet pulled her back in. She had it all lined up. Redemption, rave reviews, even a standing ovation from Pedro Pascal himself. After months of backlash over Snow White, her Broadway performance in Evita was finally turning the tide. The critics called it phenomenal. Her balcony renditions of Don't Cry for Me, Argentina went viral for all the right reasons. But then, she opened her mouth. One thing about my daddy Pedro, that single phrase, intended as a sweet thank you to the support of Pascal, ignited a new media firestorm. Daddy Pedro trended worldwide, not in celebration, but in scorn. Overnight, Zegler's comeback became a punchline. Entertainment blogs flipped from praise to takedown mode. Studio execs reportedly began whispering again, is she unmanageable? The irony? Her biggest sin this time wasn't arrogance, it was affection. But in the age of viral outrage, intent doesn't matter, only impact. And now, just when she was clawing back credibility, Hollywood insiders are wondering if this might be the final blow. No contracts, no movie deals, no PR strategy strong enough to erase this pattern. Was this a harmless slip-up or the last straw? Welcome to the slow implosion of Rachel Zegler.
One thing about my daddy Pedro, he goes to bat for me in a way that I love so dearly, but he was standing after every number. During Rainbow High, he was like in the middle of the song, and that's when I spotted him for the first time, and I was like, Dad, but he's the best.
This was supposed to be her clean slate. After a year of online brawls, political backlash, and meme-worthy interviews that torched her Disney debut, Rachel Zegler found herself somewhere completely different, on a West End stage, cloaked in history, embodying Evita. Critics didn't just like her, they loved her. Words like enthralling, commanding, flawless echoed through London's theater columns. Every night, crowds gathered to watch her belt Don't Cry for Me, Argentina from the balcony. Videos went viral. Broadway buzz picked up. The entire entertainment world paused. Maybe, just maybe, this was the comeback. Because let's be real, Zegler needed a win. After Snow White, she'd become Hollywood's favorite punching bag. Her name trended for the wrong reasons. Over and over again. Studios got nervous. Fans got louder. It wasn't just about her acting anymore. It was about her mouth. And here she was, finally letting her talent do the talking. Even A-listers took notice. Keanu Reeves, Sarah Paulson, and most of all, Pedro Pascal. Hollywood's golden protector showed up on opening night, clapping after every number. Zegler was moved to tears. This was the reset, the redemption arc, the real beginning of Act 2. And then came Daddy Pedro. All it took was 2 words. Daddy Pedro, a nickname, a throwaway line, a sweet shout-out to the one person who'd shown up, stood, and clapped through every single song. Pedro Pascal, the internet's daddy, was literally in the audience cheering her on. And Rachel? She said it with affection, with gratitude. But social media doesn't care about context. Within hours, Daddy Pedro wasn't heartwarming. It was headlining. Commentators pounced. Critics rolled their eyes. Conservative outlets declared another Zegler media disaster. Because if there's one thing the internet loves more than drama, it's déjà vu. The same people who'd shredded her for the Snow White debacle were now back in the ring, armed and ready. And just like that, the press flipped. What had been a redemptive narrative turned toxic in real time. Bloggers who'd praised her performance began asking whether she was media trained at all. Publicists called it a masterclass in self-sabotage. Industry insiders whispered, if she can't handle a fluff interview, how can she lead a press tour? Even Pascal, who had nothing to do with the controversy, got pulled into the drama. Conspiracy threads, creepy edits, fake rumors. The internet didn't care who it scorched. It just wanted the fire. And just like that, Rachel Zegler's comeback started collapsing under the weight of her own words.
But it's hard. And it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay. When I say that this has been the biggest adjustment of my life, like understanding the way my life operates now, being who I am, and the things that I've been so fortunate to make, it comes with so much ground. So much ground that I never thought I would be able to cover, and that people think I'm doing poorly, and other people think I'm doing gracefully, and I don't think I'm doing it at all.
1 week ago, Rachel Zegler was glowing. Her balcony performance in Evita had become a viral sensation. Critics called it enthralling, thrilling, even career-defining. This was it, her comeback. But now, that standing ovation is echoing into doubt. Insiders had been whispering about a Broadway transfer. A-list support was building. Pedro Pascal, Keanu Reeves, Sarah Paulson, everyone showed up to back her. The hype was real. Then came Daddy Pedro. Now, producers are hesitating. Agents are spooked. Even supportive co-stars are allegedly distancing quietly, fearing their names might be caught in the Backlash crossfire. Because here's the brutal truth. In modern Hollywood, it doesn't matter how powerful your voice is on stage. If you can't control your voice off of it, theater is about talent. Hollywood is about image. And right now, Rachel's image is radioactive. What was supposed to be a sweet tribute became a headline, and those headlines are scaring money away. Broadway doesn't gamble. Studios don't forgive easy. And once the press starts asking if you're a liability, you've already lost the room. Zegler wasn't supposed to be the story. Her performance was. But once again, the off-stage noise is louder than the on-stage brilliance. And in this business, that's the kiss of death. Here's the problem with Rachel Zegler. It's not that she made one mistake.
It's that she keeps making the same one.
Snow White was supposed to teach her everything she needed to know about Hollywood. Stay on script. Avoid controversy. Let the work do the talking. But she didn't learn. Her anti-fairy tale comments tanked Snow White before it even hit theaters. Her political outbursts? So volatile, Disney had to hire extra security for co-star Gal Gadot. And now, after a near-flawless Evita debut, she hands the internet another match. Daddy Pedro. 2 words. 1 viral explosion. Every time she finds the spotlight, she fumbles the mic. It's not malicious. It's not calculated. It's just a pattern. A loop she can't seem to break. Even when she means well, her words land sideways. And in today's industry, there's no room for PR volatility. Studios notice, producers talk, executives don't forget. So ask yourself, is Rachel Zegler truly unlucky, or just unstoppable in her own self-sabotage? Because now, it's not about one comment, it's about trust. And Hollywood has a short fuse for stars who can't be trusted to stay out of their own way.
That was like, Rachel Zegler doesn't have a single movie role lined up after Snow White. Rachel Zegler is making her West End debut in the biggest leading role in a musical of all time. Like, she's playing Ava Perón in a Jamie Lloyd production of Evita. I promise y'all don't need to be worrying about her career like that.
Pedro Pascal didn't ask for this. He showed up at Evita to support a friend, cheer her on, clap when the lights dimmed, and walk away with dignity. But now, he's trending for all the wrong reasons. Daddy Pedro. 2 words. And suddenly, his name is plastered across TikTok, Twitter, Reddit. With memes, conspiracy theories, and inappropriate speculation. It doesn't matter that he did nothing wrong. It doesn't matter that his presence was the definition of class. Social media doesn't care about context, only content. And now, Pascal is being framed as part of the problem for doing what Hollywood desperately needs more of, supporting young talent. But here's the kicker. Industry insiders say other celebrities who attended that night, they're quietly furious. Not at Pedro, at Rachel. She made them collateral damage. One careless phrase, and now every photo from that night carries baggage. What should have been a beautiful moment of unity has turned into a branding nightmare. And for Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian, the Last of Us star, the internet's beloved daddy, this is a PR fire he didn't light, but might still get burned by. Because in Hollywood, guilt by association is just one tweet away. And next time a rising star asks for his support, he might think twice. Here's the truth. No one in Hollywood wants to say out loud. If Rachel Zegler were a different actress, older, quieter, or maybe just male, this Daddy Pedro moment would have been a quirky soundbite, not a career-threatening crisis. But when it comes to women, especially young women, Hollywood plays by a different set of rules. Rachel Zegler is phenomenally talented. The reviews for her Evita performance prove it. Critics are calling her enthralling, electric, even career-defining. But one slip of the tongue, and suddenly she's labeled unprofessional, immature, media poison. Let's be real, Hollywood loves a comeback story, but only when it's clean, quiet, and tightly managed. And Zegler? She's messy. She's emotional. She speaks from the gut. And that is exactly what the industry punishes hardest. They'll tolerate scandals from men that would destroy women. They'll spin controversies for powerful stars, while letting others sink in the quicksand of bad optics. So, Rachel Zegler, who should be having a career breakthrough, is now walking a tightrope made of gossip columns and Twitter threads. And the industry that once called her the next big thing is sharpening its knives, ready to say, "We tried, but she just wasn't ready." But here's the twist. She might not be the one who's broken. Maybe it's the system. Here we are, the crossroads. Rachel Zegler has the voice, the presence, the range. But does she still have the chance? Because in Hollywood, talent is only half the story. The other half? Optics, narrative, momentum. And right now, Rachel's narrative is slipping out of her hands. Her fans see brilliance. Her critics see a walking PR disaster. And the industry? It sees risk. This Daddy Pedro debacle didn't just spark backlash. It reignited a pattern. An actress whose mouth keeps outshining her performance. But here's the thing. Every Hollywood legend has had their moment of public collapse. The question is whether Rachel learns or lingers. If she embraces silence, lets her work speak louder than her sound bites, she could rise again. Her Evita run could still transfer to Broadway. She could land roles that let her redefine the narrative. But if she stays in the cycle, more viral interviews, more misunderstood quotes, then Hollywood won't wait. Studios will quietly step back, producers will cross her name off casting sheets, and the world will watch a once bright star fade in real time. So, redemption or ruin? It's not just up to her. It's up to whether the industry still believes she's worth the trouble. This should have been her moment. A standing ovation, a comeback crowned in applause. Instead, it became a whisper of what could have been. Rachel Zegler didn't trip over scandal. She talked herself into it. One phrase, stripped of context, fueled by bias. And now, it's rewriting her entire story. That's the cruelty of fame in the digital age. You're not judged by your work. You're judged by how you say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Hollywood doesn't cancel with press releases. It cancels with silence. With roles that never come. With calls that never ring. With scripts that land in someone else's lap. Her performance was brilliant. Her voice, undeniable. But none of that matters if the audience stops listening. So, is this just a bump in the road for a misunderstood star? Or is Rachel Zegler now one viral moment away from vanishing completely? Because in the age of outrage, you're only ever one comment away from collapse.